Alright guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Yes, thank you so much for always staying put right here. Of course, thank you for keeping it very real with us here. Also for lending your voice to the NSAS, end police brutality, reform the police, end bad governance, reconstruct Nigeria. Every movement out there, online, protesters, offline protesters, those using their music to actually preach change and everything. Thank you guys so much. Make Nigeria great again. Manga, that is the word from all of us right here at Gusto Entertainment. Yes, this. So today I've got Lala in the building, as usual, and of course we are here to talk about the NSAS, end police brutality thing again. Now, we all know how all of this thing started with influencers saying, "Oh, enough is enough." Celebrities picked up the baton as well, joined them. Every other, now it's already a nationwide thing at the moment. Everybody doing their bit to make sure that they lend their voice to the whole thing. Now, this protest has gone on, for days right now, over a week, almost 2 weeks. The thing is, a lot of the protest grounds have seen, some sort of support in terms of food, drinks, water, and all of that. And then some days ago, widespread report of, oh, okay, people losing focus, people, eating, like going there for the food, going there for the drinks. Some have said, oh, we're watching football here, brought snooker table, smoking marijuana, like a couple of other things. Lala, are we losing focus of the common enemy?
Of course, we're losing focus of the common enemy, and I'm going to reiterate this as well. You see, I mean, I don't know if we've discussed it before about this thing about not having a leader or having a leader. Like we said, the thing has advantages and it has disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages of it is what we're seeing right now, because there's no clear one authority that can actually put things in perspective in these grounds. Fine, the having no leader thing is giving the government a lot of headache, because they don't
know who to pick.
They don't know who to pick or who to talk to so that this thing can end. So yeah, but now he's having the disadvantages are now coming out for everyone to see. Like everyone, I mean, there are groups of people who just come there to just something they share. I mean, there are people who are there for just, if there's violence, let there be violence. Some people don't even care about the NSAS. Some people just feel, oh, a lot of young people are here, let me go to school and join them. That's what some people are there for. The main people who are protesting about police brutality, who are really agitated, yes, they are there. There are a lot of them there. We're not discounting that fact, but the minority of the ones, the unserious ones, are now overshadowing the whole point of why we are there. And it has, I mean, some people, got carried away. Like some people will say, it's easy to get carried away in this sort of things. When you feel, oh, nothing go fit happen, we plenty past them, nothing go fit happen. It's easy to get carried away. So that means a lot of people are getting carried away by this protest. They are taking their eyes off the goal, which is NSAS, end police brutality, make the government know that yes, so we've had enough and the voices of the youths count. So now, what we see on Lekki toll gates, what we see on Ikeja, even what we saw yesterday at where we followed through, Ojota area, it was, I didn't like the sight of it. Like I'd been the online, I mean, using the platform, using our platform, using my social media to be the voice. They're both as effective. Well, we won't say one is more effective, but they are effective. They do their thing, if people are not doing online, there's no way people outside of the country will get to see. People are not spreading those messages. So I'll be doing that. The first time I came out was that yesterday, and I didn't spend about 2 hours there, but then it wasn't. What I saw was not encouraging. Like I've not been to Ikeja, I've not been to the toll gate, but what I saw yesterday was not encouraging. Again today, I saw the guys at Bagada blocking the road and everything. That just sets us back. I mean, I'm trying to, okay, fine, you want to inconvenience people who are not agreeing to your what's it called, your protest, which is the NSAS brutality, but that means you're not giving them the will to be expressive themselves. Like you're handicapped, you're forcing them to be part of it. That's what I see it as. That's another thing actually, apart from the losing focus. The actual means, I'm in support of the toll gate thing. Hurt the government, right? You're hurting the income of the government in that aspect. But when it's now block certain roads that It's not. It has nothing
fellow
to do.
Citizens.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the government. For example, Bagada Expressway, as of right now, is blocked. Why is it blocked? They've put canopies, they've used cars and blocked one side of the road to do NSAS protest. You are not affecting the government. You are affecting your fellow Nigerians that is there. As I'm in support of those toll gates. It's a revenue income that you are
for the government.
For the government.
Even the airport
toll gates, those are revenue incomes for them. You are hitting them so that they can take action. But then it looks like there's a lot of people who are caught in the they are caught in the middle of all this.
What do you think about the people bringing in snooker boards?
That's
bringing in like a lot of things, TVs,
so they're doing raffle and things
and all of this.
That's just nonsense. Like whoever brought up that idea, like I don't know what you're thinking, but what do you have? I know you guys want to keep the energy and the morale up there, but if you are really concerned and what you are doing is NSAS and end police brutality, that's the only ginger you need. You don't need entertainment on protest grounds. Now, a lot of people have come, a lot of musicians have come out and said, let's not make the same mistake of the past, because memory serves a lot of people well when Occupy Nigeria was ongoing, and it turned into a performance ground for a lot of musicians. Entertainment.
I was going to go to that.
Now,
Lekki Tollgate, as it is right now, is turning into a concert, a daily concert. Ricardo Banks, Scales, and a couple of other guys have come to perform non-conscious songs.
Are we serious?
At the protest ground.
Are we serious?
Alausa as well has seen a couple of artists come to perform. Now, what exactly is the aim of these performances?
It's nonsense. I mean, because they can make the excuse and say, oh, they want to use it to keep the morale of people high and blah blah blah. Let the DJ do that. Let him play songs that relate to the moment. But if someone like Scales will come on board and start performing Shake Body, I'm like, are you serious? Is it that because you never see crowd like that to perform to in a while, that gives you the
Mado?
It's true now. Like, be like say, I mean, because you've not seen that much crowd to perform to in a while, you feel it's an avenue to advertise your music. You're not even singing your new music, you're singing your old music. Who cares about Shake Body that you released how many years ago? The fact that he's even singing Shake Body is like, oh, that means your career not they go sideways, because fuck it. Like, I'm pissed. Like, why would you come here and be singing a Shake Body? Ricardo Banks also coming to be performing. Like, what are we doing? Imagine, at the protest ground. Is that why we're here? Are we now speaking to the government with those performances? These people are not even using their head. That just shows to show that not everybody at this protest ground, not every musician you see that is putting their mouth is doing all these, what's it called? And
so is this for clout? Of
course it's for clout now. Like, why would you use such a movement to promote your song? Ricardo Banks especially, like, they need to spank that guy. Maybe you should go back to Gabon I was talking. Maybe maybe he spent too much time there. I don't get it, man. No, it needs to be spanked, because it's playing, it's just unserious of some people.
Now, also another thing is, it's good to have yourself at the protest ground, and a lot of artists are also there. When you count the number of artists with the number of youths, non-artists, citizens who are there as well, looking at these artists doing photo ops, they want to capture me holding the flag, capture me doing this, capture me doing that and everything. It's fine for you to have pictures for referral purposes. But are these actions, are they can we say, are they encouraging to the regular masses out there with them?
Some will not see that way. I'm not against anyone going to the protest ground and taking pictures, holding placards and everything. It's a means of, I mean, you're creating assets to distribute on social media to further the cause. So yes, I don't see it as something bad. Personally, I don't know. Yesterday we didn't even bother taking any pictures. We were there, we did our march, supported the movement. When we saw that it wasn't what we were expecting, we left. So yeah, I'm not against people taking pictures. It does help with, I mean, there are assets for social media so that you can use to push the agenda. So I have no problems with it.
What's the way forward?
Way forward, I've said to show you off camera, we had a very, very intense argument, and I'm like, it looks like at this moment we are just wasting our time. We need to take our small win and continue to push, I mean, outside of this protest. We have already won with the SARS war. That's what I personally feel. We've won, and they've seen the power that the youth hold. What we need to do is now push on into better things. We cannot continue being disorganized. We cannot continue being, oh, we don't have a leader. We need to now actually put, even if we want to be a voice, we need to have a body that we know that this is a young people's thing, that we know that, yes, we'll be able to influence a lot of things with that sort of organization. And we need to nominate the guys who would do these things. Right now, a lot of people are just reveling in the, young people like waywardness now, so a lot of people are just reveling in the waywardness of how these things are turning out to be. And because there is no clear leader, it will be hard to control and say, we've stopped. Then we have to start asking ourselves the question, at what point do we say, okay, fine, we've won?
It's over.
At what point?
So two things.
Yeah.
Number one, SARS tweeted and had like a graphics of saying, you know what, it's a protest ground, not a concert. Guys, please keep it civil and maintain law and orderliness. No smoking, no drinking. Football match suspended. Make sure that, because if you're protesting, actually, you know, it's more like you're fasting.
But you know why? See what the thing is. All these things, all these entertainment things, I can see what they're trying to do. We know that football is very big in Nigeria. So the people who suggested that was a way of keeping people at the protest grounds. So, but why don't you think about it like this? Why can't you just take a break from the protest ground? Nobody says you can't come back when your voices are not heard in the first week or in the second week or in a month's time. Like, nobody, I know it will be hard for people to still keep the fire burning, but nobody says you can't come out because you have the power. They've all seen that you have the power right now. But that that football or any sort of entertainment coming to that ground. Now, even people who are not supporting the NSAS, who are the citizens of this country, will be like, excuse me, is it because of football that these people are inconveniencing me? It sends a totally different message. So that's why we shouldn't allow it. But what's it called? Bringing it to the, I understand what the reasoning is.
I don't understand.
You don't understand.
I'll let you. No, I'll put it across to you.
Yeah.
We are demanding for something.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the most religious person.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But the thing is, I know the concept of fasting.
Yeah.
Now, when you fast, you're probably demanding something from God. You're depriving yourself of so many things because you want God to listen to you and everything. Food, sacrificing a whole lot of things. Internet. TV. You don't want to watch TV because you don't want any sort of distraction. Your focus is on God.
Yes.
Now, I see a protest as well as demanding for something. So whatever will make God to say, at least on those serious, a fast on the fast and everything. Whatever will make the government say they are watching football and you say you are protesting. Like, is it a viewing center or a protest ground?
See, I totally get your analogy, but then there's a difference.
Okay.
You need to understand that the reason some of these things got to this level is because the period that this thing peaked, there was no entertainment. There was no football. There was no BB Naija.
Yeah.
There was nothing major going on taking the attention of the youths. So when they started, it wasn't a case of I want to deprive myself. It was a case of there's nothing happening.
So it was a case of
it was coincidental. Yes, it was convenient at that moment because there was no entertainment going on. But now people already know that, yes, as soon as entertainment hits the ground like this, bam. People's attention span will just go. Me, I'm not going to lie you. On Saturday, on Sunday, I'm watching football. I'm not on the ground to protest anyway. But yes, I don't miss my football. I will still do my NSAS and tweets. That's me. And there are several people on that ground that are going to. Before they started that protest on the ground, they didn't come out and say they deprived themselves of it. It was just the time that they were in. That yes.
So can we say we are really ready for this?
That's why I said we should just take our small win of this SARS thing. I mean, imagine the things that we've achieved. Now, police officers, I mean, we're getting here brutalities in Anambra and someone who is killing somebody for fun.
Throwing them into the river.
Now he's being retired, now being almost going to be prosecuted. The ones who are doing police brutality, doing protests in Lagos, they are being arrested. We are winning bit by bit. They are listening to us. Before it's too late and we start saying people are not serious. Forget though, not be all the young people. Not true. Some people don't even care about what is going on, but they feel you are inconveniencing them. People have come out to even come at these guys, but there are a lot of these people. And if they come out and say, guys, you don't do, and turn it to a fight, so we want to be fighting each other again over the government, so now, then the government is winning.
The artists who are at this protest ground, there are so many. You get there's Fowls, there's Rude Boy, there's P Square, Peter P Square. There's a whole lot of them. Even Ketenshaw, the actresses as well.
Yeah.
Actors in Nollywood. Yeah. Now, moving forward to ensure that we do not lose focus of this fight.
Yeah.
What is the role of these guys in making sure that in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, in Anambra, everywhere, Alausa, Lekki Toll Gate, orderliness is the watchword. Okay. Focus is the key. What should be the next line of action?
Next line of action, we need organization. We need to nominate the guys who would represent the views of the masses.
But this movement does not have a leader. That's according to
people keep on telling me this doesn't have a leader. That 5 for 5 that we are shouting, was it not one person that came up with it? Can we not nominate that person as a leader? Now the first one that tweeted that in, I'm not sure, I think was Omojua. Now, Omajua has come out to say, I don't want to be a part of any leading Kineko. I'm a busy person. Aisha Yusufa said, I don't want to Kineko. These are the most vocal people in the movement.
I think it's because they don't
want to be a target.
Backlash, yes. Target of the government and backlash from the protesters. Say, you know what? You don't go collect money for back.
So at what point do we say enough is enough? If we're seeing movement, especially from Lagos, like I'm not a fan of Lagos government. They have the misdoings that they do and everything. I'm not a fan, but I can see that they are putting much effort. I can see that sometimes they are being sincere with what they're trying to do, but some other people are sabotaging their efforts. I can see totally. If people were like me, a lot of people are not like me. Like I said to say behind the scenes when we had our heated argument, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yes, but now even the IGP has said this is the first time something substantive like is being done to end SARS and all those things. I mean, Lagos has gone as far as setting up a panel and say we want to do this and these are the people who will be there, a representative. Now they are asking for a representative so that we can move forward and make sure a system is in place to checkmate police brutality, to checkmate that SARS or any other unit of the police force is not. They want to do that now. Are we going to nominate that person and say enough is enough? Who is going to now tell these other young people who have come out and protest springing up another, okay, stop, you don't do. Who's going to come up with that?
Before we go on the final note, NSAS has been a success so far.
Yes.
The artists have done their bit.
Yep.
The citizens, youth have come out as well. I mean, the artists are not leading, instead they joined the protest.
Yes.
And everyone has been doing their bit. Now, there's been a lot of lack of concentration, distraction here and there, and we totally condemn that. It is not a concert. It is a protest ground, and please maintain focus. Finally, Lala, should we go home?
At the moment,
yes.
If someone asks me if I was leader, I'll say, okay, fine, let's go home. But remain this active, this ginger that you have with you, like keep it. It's not just for you to have this ginger now.
Leave the street and focus online.
No, continue the what's online, but we need to nominate people in these panels that they're setting up. Like they want representatives.
Who will nominate?
Exactly. You not talk saying now no get leader. So who go nominate? Are you going to set up a poll? Someone was talking about Twitter poll. I'm like, look at this one. You think everybody on that street, on that protest ground is on Twitter?
Yeah.
You think so? Say do Twitter poll. So you think everybody will be part of that poll? So how do you now want to do it? Because you want this organization. So
do you have an ideal solution to this?
Nominate people. You say you don't want leader. Let someone come out. What's his name? Was it Segalink? Well, I tried to be the face of this thing, but because of certain fights from the past, people are against him. The people, Aisha Yusufu says she doesn't want it. Why? But you're buying.
FK
Abudu says, I don't want Kiniko. I don't go want to Motivious. So let us nominate, even if it's a group of people. I like the fact that on the third day of protest in Ikeja, the House of Reps in Lagos, they wanted to speak to representatives. And these guys came up with 12 people who went to the house to speak to them. Yes, there was Apoko Doctor, Pamilemi, Rino, a lot of people, even Macaroni. They were all there, and they went in. I mean, at the time they came out, because the protest was for 3 days. I mean, for 3 nights. After that night, and they finished that night, they ended that protest. They allowed them to go and do whatever they wanted to do. But because people don't want to hear what, they continued that protest in the day. And
people don't want to hear what, I mean, they didn't do what they promised.
No, people don't want to hear what in Ikeja. The first batch of protests in Ikeja.
Why is Macaroni back there?
Because they said they were going to back there on Tuesday if they didn't see a change.
But that means they didn't see a change?
No, it was a short period. They left there on Saturday morning, right? And they said, we're giving them till Tuesday. I mean, regardless whether they give them, they said they were going to be back there on Tuesday. And they went back there on Tuesday, and it has continued ever since.
I mean, the major focus of this is for Nigeria to be great again, for Nigeria to... I personally do not like the fact that you're giving Skills the mic to sing. You're giving Ricardo Banks the mic to... Like, artists who do not have conscious songs. Even if you're going to give it one day cool, I feel one day cool to say, okay, Shana, like this is the day African China with Mr. President, you know, you want to give it just have to carry with Nigeria. Just one song, conscious song that will evoke the anger more in them. Let them know. Rude Boy Peace has a new song out right now. Let him perform that song, because that song speaks about what is happening right now.
The most annoying thing is just Ricardo Banks. I don't even want to be thinking about it.
Like, do you understand? Really, Olayemi is so upset with Ricardo Banks. She's so upset. In fact, she wants to knock off a teeth.
Oh my days. It's just disappointing.
Knock off a tooth, off his mouth and everything. It's so disappointing. I mean, and Wizkid was very right to actually give it to him sharp. Anyway, shout out to the artists supporting this movement. Please, guys, maintain focus. Maintain
if you still want to protest on the road,
if you still want to,
and then you still want, perhaps it's time to even
protesting,
do it partially now. Like,
please maintain focus. We can't be on the street protesting, and of course we're losing focus. That is like opening yourself down, to the enemy. You understand? They will pick holes in everything. So you can't be protesting and then smoking marijuana and say you want to. No, it's not
legal in Nigeria. So let's not make it.
Do you understand? Cool. And you can't be giving artists shake body and everything. No, guys, please maintain focus. That has been like the major message today as well on Twitter and everywhere. Yes. Please maintain focus.
I heard today they're doing like a candle night in Ikeja. Those are the kind of things I want to see.
Exactly. Avoid distractions.
The guys in Yaba were doing a prayer walk yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
So those are the kind of protests we want. We don't want to be seeing people who just want to misbehave.
Exactly.
Like, no.
And I think that a whole lot of this has to do with Nigerian artists, taking a stand. They have more influence. A random guy from, Ajah cannot tell somebody that, but if a fan should go and say, guys, maintain order,
cut it out,
they will stop. So please, we implore all Nigerian artists to please try as much as possible to, control the crowd.
Yeah,
control the crowd, avoid distractions.
Main protesters, come forward.
Of course.
Rest.
Go home. That's the thing. Go home. Not even go back. Go home. Thank you so much, guys. Of course, it's still Operation Manga Make Nigeria Great Again. We'll see you on the next one. It's been Gusto Reactions. Like this video. Let us know what you think about this. And of course, as Lala will do, peace.